Hey, it's Christine. Halloween time is here. Gonna talk about some haunted houses in the Los Angeles area. I'm in my long underwear because it's 72, which means that my blood is thinned because it should not be this cold at 72 degrees that I have to wear long underwear while I clean the apartment. So, anyway, Halloween Horror Nights I'm going to this weekend. Queen Mary I'm going to this weekend. Six Flags I may or may not be going to this weekend. If I do, I'm certainly not going to be able to ride rides all day and do the haunted houses. But it's a big weekend for me coming up, so you'll hear about that in the next time I talk about Halloween haunted houses. But so far this season, I have done Knott's Scary Farm on opening weekend, which was fun. Knott's is always consistent and fun, and it's hard on opening weekend because there's new people who've been hired and they've never been a scary monster before, and so they don't necessarily know how to do their setups and scares yet. They've got to learn that from experience. So first or second night of a big attraction isn't always the best night to get like the best scares. There were definitely people in some of the rooms that just did not know how they were supposed to scare people, or they were already tired, maybe kind of exhausted. It's an exhausting job. I did it for years, so yeah. So good on them, though, for putting on a good event. I loved the Houdini house. But let me tell you, when I go through a haunted house, it's not like a girl going through with, like, her hands over her ears screaming and flailing and, like, I'm not that girl. I come in and I immediately just start looking around and taking in all the details and wanting to see, like, all the different unique little things that you would normally miss kind of running through the house. It's funny because usually that throws the characters, and I don't mean to do that at all. I just want to like take in the whole experience. But sometimes they don't really know how to react to that. I remember last year at Hollywood Haunted Sports, we went through one of the mazes, and I must have been in this room like, I don't know, 8 or 9 minutes, maybe more than that, like looking at stuff. And I didn't think there was anybody in the room. And as we started to exit, this character had been waiting the whole time patiently because there was nobody in that maze like coming through. And we had been there for so long, I would start to leave it, he like came out, and I didn't know he was there, and it scared me. I like almost hit the floor. I was so excited and so happy, and like if I could go around and give like high fives to all of their employees that have the patience to wait for people like me to actually get a good scare, like that's really loving and doing your job well. So I'm hoping that happens again because we're planning on going there again this year. But that was not necessarily the case at Knott's this year, at least not on the opening weekend. I'm sure they're getting much more used to their jobs, and they're getting much better at the scares and the setups. But anyway, I love the Houdini house. So here's the deal. I go through the Houdini house. There's like, we walk so slow. We don't mean to. It's not our intention, but we're looking at everything and just really enjoying it, taking it in. And I walk into this room. There's nobody in front of us for a while now because we've gotten so far behind the line queue. And there's a magician, like a scary magician, whatever. He's at the table and he's playing with cards, and I walked up and like stood there just waiting for him to do card magic, and I realized like I'm so used to the Magic Castle where people are playing with cards and they're going to do card magic for you, and he wasn't supposed to do card magic for us, and I just kind of stood there confused, like why isn't he doing card magic? And I'm sure all of the people in the room that were working were like, why aren't they walking? But it was really funny. So if you go into the Houdini maze, don't expect the card magician to do magic. I don't think he does. I think that he's just a character. Supposed to be a scary magician. And then the Edgar Allan Poe maze was really fun too. Everything else is pretty standard. I don't think they did the log flume as a maze this year. Last year it was Evil Dead, if I'm not mistaken. This year I don't think it was there as an attraction for the Halloween houses. And there was one that was set up, but I don't know which one. It was a ride through, but we didn't do it. I'm not really doing rides this year. So and just some health stuff that I just don't really, I'm not able to do anything that's doing a lot of like ups and downs and spins and fast things. So it's enough to get through the walk through haunted houses, especially if there's strobe lights or anything. So I'm taking it a little easy this year on some of the houses. But yeah, so this weekend will be Halloween Horror Nights, definitely, and definitely Queen Mary, because we've already got tickets for those, and then we'll see what else. Oh, and then we went to go to Candy Factory last weekend, and got all the way down there, which is like Loma Linda, where's that, not Loma Linda, Laguna Niguel, sorry, Laguna Niguel, got down there, and it wasn't open yet. They postponed opening for like 2 weeks, so that was a bummer. Hoping to get back to it, don't know if I'll have time this season, because I kind of did the calendar a month and a half ago with everything scheduled out on when we're going to do it and to make sure everything fit in. So yeah, but if you get down to Candy Factory, I'd love to hear how it goes. And that's it for now. Did it stop? It's not stopping.